Hey, grab a pen and paper real quick. I want to show you a quick three-step formula for business funding qualification that's working really well. Oh, wait a second so you can grab a pen. Imagine this scenario. What if you were able to qualify right now for business cash and financing? What if you were able to get business funding quickly, regardless of whether you are just starting your business or even if you have or have had challenged personal credit? Sound too good to be true? I don't blame you. I used to think so too. That is until I discovered the truth. If you're like I was, then you would go to your bank or credit union first if you need money. But if your bank or credit union says no, would you know where else to look? I sure didn't. I thought my options were my bank or credit union or using my own personal credit and funds. But I was wrong. But you don't need to make the same mistakes that I did. I can save you a lot of time, money, and pain. The reality is that big banks offer SBA loans as their main form of business financing. But according to the U.S. Department of Revenue, SBA loans only account for 1.1% of all business loans. The truth is, most business financing that you may qualify for will not come from your bank, the SBA, or a credit union. Sure, go ahead. You can ask them for money, but the odds are they'll say no to you. But I'm about to disclose and you're about to discover how and where you can get approved for credit, cash, and financing even if your bank or credit union told you no. If you're like most people, you can't even think of anyone who's like you who has ever closed on an actual SBA loan. The reason for this is that these loans are very hard to get. To qualify for a SBA conventional bank loan, a business owner must have good personal credit. And they must also have steady and good cash flow as verified by the bank who requests your personal and business tax returns as well as additional business data. And you must also have sufficient collateral to secure the debt to the bank. But most businesses can't satisfy these requirements. They can't satisfy their bank and therefore can't obtain business financing from their own bank. But there is good news. Even though banks might not approve you for business financing, there are three ways that you can qualify for financing even when your bank says no. But you have to know the secret. So here it is. The secret formula of business loan approval is called the 3 C's of lending. And here's how it works. There are 3 different ways most banks will never tell you about that you can qualify to obtain financing, credit, or cash for your business. The first way is cash flow based lending. With this type of program, you can qualify for financing even if you have severely challenged personal credit. And you don't need any business financials or collateral to qualify. To get approved, you must be in business 1 year or more and be producing revenue over $150,000 annually. If you meet that simple test, you might qualify right now. And if you do, you can receive funding in 7 days or less from our lenders. The second way you can qualify for immediate financing is if you have some type of business or personal collateral. You can be approved if you have inventory, equipment, account receivables, stocks and bonds, or even a 401k, IRA, or other viable collateral. And again, you can qualify even if you have challenged personal credit and no cash flow. The third way you can qualify for immediate financing is if you do have good personal credit. With good personal credit, you may qualify for even more unsecured financing for your business right now. And you may qualify even as a startup business with no cash flow and even with no collateral. So what's the bottom line? You don't need a perfect business or perfect personal credit to qualify for business financing. All you need is one strength, whether that strength is your cash flow or your collateral or good personal or business credit. And any one may do the trick. Do you have one of the 3 C's of lending, cash flow or collateral or good personal credit? If so, click the button below to complete a quick application and get this fast and easy approval process started.